Yes, good evening, everybody, and welcome to a special recording of Live with the Humble Prince. I know I've been going for a little bit, but guess who's back? Yep, and right now I'm joined by Mr. Patrick Okeke, who's the General Counsel for UPGMC LLC. And
Correct.
Right, and your client is the successfully completed One Africa Musical Fest. Music Fest.
That was the name of the event. My client is actually
okay.
UPGMC.
Oh, okay.
Which is an acronym for Upfront and Personal Global Management Consultants.
Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, first of all, let me congratulate you guys on completing an unprecedented feat. That's something that's never been done before. No Nigerian artist has ever performed. I mean, something of that magnitude at the Barclays. I mean, so my first question is, what was the vision and what inspired you guys to do this? And you did it in such a big way. Honestly, I'm not trying to, kiss up to you guys or anything, but this was huge. So talk about that a little bit.
It may seem big to like people like seeing it out here for the first time, but my client's been doing this in Africa, Europe for the last almost 20 years, and
wow.
He's never done anything small. He's more just like do it big.
Okay.
We've been considering the U.S. market for like approximately 6-7 years. He's been researching it for the last 4 years and strategizing on how to come in, and he felt the time was right.
Okay.
So we came in.
Yeah, and you came in huge. And your client is who? Paul
Okeke, aka Paulo,
right.
Owner of Upfront and Personal
right.
Global Management Consultants, owner of the One African Music Fest brand, which he intends on taking globally. Exactly. Right now, we're working on our next event, which should be going down in October. But
okay, let's wait till the end, man. I want that to be an exclusive. I mean, the buzz is going around, but you talk about that later. But let's talk about some things. I thought Polo was going to come here today, man. I was looking forward to that.
He just couldn't make it. Last minute things came up.
All right.
He got tied up.
Give him a shout out, man. So again, to be honest with you, quick question. So one of the things, and I spoke to a lot of people. I was at the event. It was a great event. I have some things I liked and some things I didn't like, but we'll touch on that. But how many people were there that night? Let's just kill it. How many people? What's the official number? Because some people were saying, why would you guys do something in an arena like the Barclays, knowing that it holds about what? I think the capacity is 18,000, or 22 for whatever. So I thought the place was packed. Give or take, I guesstimated maybe 10. How many people would you say with 10,000? I mean, how many people would you say were there that night?
No, we definitely had an excess of 10,000.
Okay.
So we sold out. Basically, the way the Barclays works is that a full arena, I believe, has a capacity of about 19,000.
Okay.
When you put in a stage and based on your lighting scheme, you create a certain platform. So we sold out the platform that we created, which
really?
was in excess of 14,000.
Okay, so that's good. So again, that's why I'm saying this was an unprecedented feat because. When Nigerian artists come from Nigeria to come and perform here, we're used to like the Amazuras, maybe the BB Kings, the smaller
venues.
Smaller venues. So doing this on a large scale, and I'm saying, man, I want to give you guys a shout out because some people have never probably been to the Barclays, but you give them the opportunity to do that, right?
It's not right. Easy getting the Barclays. I can tell you that much.
Exactly, I could imagine.
It took us 3 years going back and back and back.
3 years
to get the Barclays. They rejected us the first 2 years in a row. So we kept going back. We just didn't want to give up. We also didn't want to come in and do a small show like everyone else does. If you look at most of the artists that perform, your Wizkids and your Flavor and your Tiwa Savage, these people do arenas in Africa that contain 50,000 or more. So we knew we had the market for it here. We just knew we had to like build it, brand it, and then present it in a manner that would bring the people out. And we're happy Africa came out to support.
I thought it was good. So here's the thing. So like I said, I was talking to a lot of grassroots people, people on the ground, and these are some of the questions they had. So why did you guys go through Ticketmaster initially, and then eventually have to put it on Groupon, and then put it like your local, I don't want to say mom and pop stores, but local Nigerian outlets?
We actually didn't deviate from our marketing strategy. We have our marketing exec who devised the plan.
Okay.
If you're going through Barclays, you have to go through Ticketmaster. You don't have a choice.
Right.
With Groupon, we did Groupon to get awareness. Besides radio, which hits mainly New York, Groupon is more nationwide.
Okay.
So we had a limited amount of tickets, which we always planned to go on Groupon at a certain time, but we just stuck with Ticketmaster. There weren't really any mom and pop stores. There were, I think, like 3 spots altogether that we picked.
There was Moshood,
Booker,
Okay, there was a spot in the Bronx.
Was it the Bronx or Harlem? I can't remember.
Yeah, okay.
So, but these were places where people pointed out as being key locations for Africans that would come in and they just wanted to be a part of it. So, we didn't give them that many tickets. Right. 99% of the tickets were sold on Ticketmaster.
Okay, great. So here's another thing. I think so when you do such an event at like Barclays, Madison Square Garden, I think it's also for crowd control, so they can know how many tickets they sold. Am I correct with that assumption, or?
No.
No. Oh,
we were looking for any venue that had the capacity to give us at least 12,000 or more. In New York City, there are two places, MSG and Barclays. Right. We felt Barclays was more appropriate. It was more urban, more reachable for a lot of people, and so we went with Barclays.
Yeah. So I have to say I was impressed. Getting 5 acts is difficult, but you guys got 15. So is this how the festival normally takes place, or what was the driving force behind that?
The force behind it is Paul O. Paul O is he's a wizard. He puts it together in his head and he just passes it down to us and we make it happen. But Paul O is brains behind it. He decides who the lineup's going to be, how it's going to go, and he makes it happen.
I give him props for doing that. So here's a question I had. They said it was One Africa, but some people were complaining that it was mostly Nigerian artists. So what was the strategy behind that? Or moving forward, are you guys going to include other African acts?
So when you look at the One African Music Fest, pretty much...
They were saying they should have called it One Nigeria.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. The One African Music Fest was... the whole goal was like promote Afrobeats and Afropop. If you look at the origination of Afrobeats and Afropop, it is Nigeria. It's starting with Fela. And that's where Afrobeats actually come from. Okay. If you go to Africa right now, like at least 75% of the artists doing Afrobeats are Nigerian. Also, there's just so many artists that we could not put everyone on the same ticket.
Right. Egos.
Yeah, there are just so many people that, I mean, the concert will go on for weeks.
True.
If we had to represent everyone. There's some artists that we tried to get in, and due to visa problems, they couldn't come in. There are other artists whereby they just wasn't enough time to put everyone on. The goal is to like continue marketing African artists from all over Africa, and other areas of entertainment, including acting, fashion. So on the next ticket, you're going to see an entirely different lineup.
Oh, okay. So it won't be the same lineup. No. So let me ask you a question, because you spoke about Afro beats and Afro pop, and there's something called Afro beats. That's different from Afro beat. So Afro beat, I thought, is what Fela created without the S. Afro beats, I think they said some DJ in London came up with that. I don't know. It's like the whole argument. What's rap different from hip hop, or who's a lyricist, who's a rapper? So why do we have to have all these labels? Afro beat, and now Afro pop. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know how to discern them.
I don't know either.
Exactly.
So I just do legal stuff.
Right. I think we should just enjoy good music, man. Fantastic. So another thing. So I noticed that Paulo came. He's like you said, he's been doing this 20 years, so he has experience. So another complaint, well, not complaint, but another gist that was going around was that he came to New York and he really didn't involve any of the New York promoters. You want to talk a little bit about that? Because if I was to do something like that, to be honest with you, I would try to use some of the people on the ground that knows, stuff, and probably, but he just said, you know what? He just went solo. Paulo went solo. Yeah. Right.
Paulo didn't go solo. Yeah, you have to understand the magnitude and of the finance that goes into putting on an event like this.
Right.
And everyone talks about wanting to be included, but no one wants to bring money out of their pocket.
Oh, okay.
To assist. Notwithstanding, it's never been the intention to like cut anyone out. The goal is to like promote African music, African culture.
Right.
So anyone that's been doing that, we want them to be a part of the family. We came in, we had a marketing strategy. We did reach out to promoters and people in the industry, and some people responded and some people didn't. So he's not about excluding anyone, but at the same time, it's a business. It's like we hired a marketing team. They devised a marketing plan, and we followed it.
I'll be honest. I reached out to you guys, and you guys were responding because I said, you know what? This is something I want to be a part of. I wanted to see it succeed because, like I said, it had never been done before. I thought it was huge. So let me ask you this. This is another question that came out. So did you guys lose money doing this?
We didn't.
Or did you break even? Or
we didn't lose money.
Okay.
My client has a plan about building a brand, and as you said it yourself, the show was hugely successful. We trended on Twitter,
right.
trended IG, Instagram, #1 search item on Google. Tidal had it. It was viewed by millions of people all over the world. It's still being talked about now. I mean, I can tell you this much: we called up the next venue that we're intending to do our next event at.
Yeah. Not here.
I'm not going to give the name.
No, don't give now.
I'm not going to give you the name. I just want to say something.
Oh, okay. I want that to be an exclusive because what I do on Live with the Humble Prince is that, you know, every guest has to come and give us an exclusive where this will be the first time they ever heard of it from the guests and nowhere else. So, you know, that way I could be trending.
I'm not giving you an exclusive yet. I'm just saying.
Give me an exclusive, man. Before you not now, but before you go. So another question I wanted to ask. Some people complained about some of the performances. I liked all the performances. I liked Tiwa Savage's. I thought Flavor always brings it. I liked Banky did a good job as a host, especially I like when he told everybody to recognize victims of police and the police themselves. You know, I thought he did a good job. I liked Jadena, and I really liked Jadena's performance. And I spoke to some of the sound people. They said that's because Jadena came prepared and he did some sound checks. And he said some people told me that some other artists didn't do sound checks. So if something is magnitude, you know, we don't want to see people come and lip sync. We want to see them perform. What did you think about that?
I think everyone brings their own performance. You might have your favorite. My favorite was Jadena as well.
Yeah, honestly, I thought he killed it.
I felt like, I was impressed because he brought a masquerade on stage.
Right, and he actually sang live.
Yeah, right. Once he did that, like hands down for me, he was the best performer.
Yeah.
But there are people that claim Wizkid was the best performer, or there are people that claim someone else was the best. Everyone had their own preference. Right, I mean, my preference was Jadena. I'm not going to criticize any of those artists.
Oh no, absolutely.
A lot of times, like when you're standing in front looking at the stage, all you see is a performance.
Right.
You don't see what goes on behind it. You don't see the logistics, the setbacks. I can give you an example. Davido came in like 2 minutes before he went on stage. Right. He literally walked in and walked straight on stage and gave the performance of his life. Right. You know, I was so impressed with his performance for someone that just came in and, you know, and so you never really see what's going on backstage, but the goal is like to just give a smooth delivery, a smooth performance where everyone can enjoy themselves.
Right.
I'm hoping that people enjoyed most of the acts, if not all.
No, I think everybody did enjoy it. But to be honest with you, like I said, somewhere like the Barclays, I mean, this is, again, I keep stressing that because it's never been done before. So somewhere like the Barclays, I would expect it if maybe like Wizkid had a band. Like the following Friday, I think it was, the Friday after Davido, big shout out to OK Africa, by the way, they had a performance in front of the Lincoln Center where Davido did a performance with a band. And I thought that was nice. So, you know, people feel like they're being robbed when artists come and perform and they're singing over DJ. That's just like miming. I did miming when I was back in high school. So we want to hear a performance. And you can see that, like a Jay-Z. A Jay-Z would do like the what do you call that? When he did something with the Roots. You know, they have a band. You know, so they're singing live. So we don't want to. So what do you think about that? We don't want to see lip syncing.
I'm not giving opinions on how an artist like performs his own act.
Right.
They can criticize the artist directly. I personally enjoyed Wizkid.
I did.
I think he did a great job. I actually know Wizkid actually did have a band. However, he came in late. Wizkid arrived late due to other issues.
Okay.
And he didn't even finish his performance. His show was actually cut short, which a lot of people don't know.
No, I noticed that because I was saying a performance again. I'm putting a performance of that magnitude. I think all the artists should have come out, maybe performed one last song, and then take a final bow so we can appreciate them more. I mean, you even see that when they do this top 10 American Idol tours, all the artists, because I've seen one before, so all the artists come out at the end and they all sing, and then they take a bow and then they leave. So I think we should have done it.
I think that's reaching a bit.
No, come on, man. You don't think all of them should have come out one more time?
I'm not even sure if all these artists get along. I'm not trying to bring them all out on stage at the same time.
Well, I heard some rumors, but I don't want to get into that. I would hope they could all show their egos and everything. So why did the show end abruptly?
It didn't end abruptly. We had a set time limit.
I heard.
With Barclays, they're very strict. We actually went overtime by a few minutes, and we got penalized for that.
I heard it was like $10,000 for every 15 minutes or more, or something like that.
It's high. It's high. I can't remember the contracts, but we got penalized. So we were overtime.
But the show started on time, bro. You guys started on time.
It started on time. We had too many acts. A few, like I said, like a lot of things happen on backstage, which the general audience or patrons won't get to see. But And I'm happy that
one or two insights, anything.
No, like I said, it's like these things happen. Like the video arrived 2 minutes before his performance. It's might be something to do with the equipment. We try and cover it up and keep it moving.
Right.
But I mean, overall, you want the people to come and leave wanting more. And the feedback I got from most people was that they want more of this.
Absolutely. I mean, that place was lit, man. I've never seen that many Nigerians in one place for a concert before.
It wasn't just Nigerians. I feel like Africans came out.
Africans came out.
The Caribbean came out.
Americans
the
came out. I saw some Caucasians. I saw some
yeah.
white people. So, quick question. So, another thing somebody told me was, we went, and I said, so some of the talk was that Banky was just the host. He wasn't supposed to perform. And that might have taken some time. But I think because Wale and Yanya weren't there, then he just used that to, like, you know, fill the time up, or like?
No,
really. Okay.
I mean, the only cancellation we around the show was put in. I believe the only cancellation I received, a cancellation of Wale
because he was having a baby.
Yeah, literally, right. But we received that same day.
Oh well, okay. What about Inyanya? Why didn't Inyanya perform?
Inyanya, I really don't know.
Okay.
I mean, for legal reasons, he just didn't perform it, and
okay.
We ended up putting someone else in place of him. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, okay. Quick question. Why didn't you guys get to act like Olamide? I'm just, you know, I put stuff on social media. This is what people are getting back, and these are some of the questions.
Yeah, I've heard like, why didn't we get Olamide? Why didn't we get Techno? Why didn't we get Fino? Why didn't we get Yemi Alade?
Yemi Alade, right?
I mean, there's so many people that we like. There's not enough females on the show. You only had one female. We've had there's no Franco-African on the show. It's like I said, One African Music Fest is a brand, is a festival.
Okay.
We plan on doing it twice a year in the US.
Twice a year, okay.
And all these acts will be coming, and they might be on the next ticket.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So you did it twice in the US. How many times do you guys do it in Europe or London? Or
we plan on taking it globally.
Okay. So this is... But you said he's been doing this 20 years.
Yeah, the One African Music Fest brand is a new brand.
Oh, okay.
We have different brands. We've been doing Corporate Elite for 10 years.
Okay.
Say, for instance, like he's done the African Cup of Nations for 2 years. He's doing the next African Cup of Nations again. Mm-hmm. One African Music Fest, the way we plan on doing it, we do want to take it globally, which is basically just export African culture, music, entertainment, acting on a global basis. So this year we plan on doing one more location in the US. Okay. Next year we'll do 2 locations in the US. We plan on doing London and Dubai next year, I believe, is the target.
Wow, that is wealth of information. I guess I wish you guys continued success. So, I said, you have to give us an exclusive, man. I know you're in a hurry. Thank you for this interview. I know you have to go, so give us an exclusive. When is the next One Africa Festival?
I can't give you that information because we've not finalized on the contract, but we're targeting it to be in October, late October.
Okay. What location?
Right now we're targeting Houston.
Fantastic. Okay. That's what that's the goal. And let me tell you something, man. I think you guys were strategic doing this because you conquered New York. That place was packed. And another thing I liked about that night was, you know, when Nigerians were in a place, Africans, let me just say, a lot of people, but mostly Nigerians, there seems to be this front end and everything. That night was all love. Everybody was having a good time and everything. So you guys took over New York.
Yeah, we got the same feedback from, before going in, they really didn't know how to like categorize Afrobeat.
Right.
They weren't sure if it was hip hop, reggae, pop. They were trying to put us into different groups, which just didn't work. But after the event, Barclays were impressed. So like there was like no setbacks, no incidents.
Right.
The event went smoothly.
It went smoothly. I heard there was like little altercation in the front that night. Like some people getting into a fight.
We didn't hear none of that.
Okay,
Barclays said there was nothing.
Thank you. So some people were saying that's why the show ended on time.
No. We had the time. We actually went over by like I said, a few minutes, and we got penalized for that financially. But they were extremely happy. And I know they were happy because the references they've given to like other venues so far has been exceptional.
Fantastic, yeah. So like I said, I think this is going to be good in Houston. So here's my tip. If you guys are going to do this somewhere else too, take it to Atlanta. Believe me, Atlanta, you guys will sell out. I'm sure you guys know that.
So we considered ATL. I mean, that's also like a target.
Everybody, you know, like I said, you guys were buzzing on social media that night, and people that didn't come were so jealous. They're like, "Oh, we wish you that." But people came from afar.
Yes.
They came from DC. I mean, the whole tri-state and everything.
We had some people from Germany. We had
really.
Yeah, we had some people from Germany. We had a lot of celebs in the house.
Okay. I was in the house. I'm a little celebrity too. Stop. But Patrick, thank you very much. So so other than that, anything else we could look forward to?
I mean, look forward to just the One Africa brand, global brand, which is, like I said, it's just not just music. I'm going to be doing merchandise, acting, movies, plays, TV shows. Yeah, Paul's coming in big time.
Okay, good. Hopefully we can have him on the show too.
Absolutely. He'll come next time.
Yeah, definitely. Please let us know how we can all work together. This is it, because you guys have really put in, not just Nigeria, but you're putting Africa on the map. You're putting us in a good light. And any way we could be a part of that, we'll definitely love to. So thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it. And we wish you continued success.
Thank you.
Well, guys, there you have it. The One Africa Music Festival. This was Patrick Okeke, who is the counsel for UPGMC LLC. I hope I got it right this time, right? Yes, and that stands for
Upfront and Personal Global Management Consultants.
Yeah, so look forward to more stuff. They're coming. Houston, are you ready? I know I'm ready. I'm probably going to be there. All right.
You should.
Oh, I will. Live with the Humble Prince, y'all. This has been a special edition, and I have some more stuff coming. Stay tuned. One love. Bye.